Manufacturing in the eurozone ended 2013 on a high, rising at its fastest rate in 2.5 years in December, and fueling hopes that the recovery across the single currency area is gathering pace. UK factory activity continued to grow in the back end of last year too. That's according to the latest PMI data. Well, Claire Jones, our economics reporter, joins me now to talk about it. Claire, overall a pretty positive start to the year, as we can see from this chart, the one exception being France.
Definitely. I think the big picture is that this is an overwhelmingly positive set of data. Britain is doing very well, it looks like. Germany is also leading the pack in Europe, but even in the periphery, things are starting to look good. Italy, which has been a little bit more troubled, has seen a big pickup in manufacturing activity in December.
And France, it seems, is lagging, but the picture there isn't quite as clear as the PMI data might suggest, is it?
You're absolutely right. If we look at the PMI data alone, it looks like France is the only real blip. But the PMI data for France do need to be approached with caution. They don't really chime with data that we've seen this morning on car sales, which look very good, and also with some data released in recent weeks by the French official statistics agency. The FT's Paris bureau chief, Hugh Carnegie, has written a lot about this, so there is an argument to approach what the French PMI says about the French economy with caution.
So France doing worse than the rest, but maybe not as bad as things seems. Let's turn to the UK briefly. Its manufacturing data also improved at the back end of last year. Does that suggest, you think, that the recovery in the UK that we're seeing is going to be a sustainable one?
It's certainly, it helps the case for those who think we're going to see a rebalancing of the economy, which has been much touted by George Osborne, among others. But I would caution again against reading too much into it. It's only 1 month's worth of data about an area of the economy that only makes up about 10% of all output. So again, approach with caution.
Okay, so with that in mind, what should we make of this data overall? I mean, does it suggest that a recovery across Europe is beginning to take hold, or is there still a note of caution there, do you think?
Well, in the eurozone, manufacturing plays a more important role in the economy, so the data is helpful in that regard. However, I don't think anyone is really expecting anything more than a subdued return to growth in the eurozone. The European Central Bank said in December that it expects growth of just 1.1% this year, which isn't very impressive, especially when you consider it's coming off the back of 2 years of outright economic contraction.
Okay, Claire Jones, thank you very much indeed.